Beatrice Etter. I'm a third grader at Endeavor Elementary. This excerpt comes from a sermon titled The Three Dimensions of a Complete Life, given at New Covenant Baptist Church in Chicago, Illinois on April 9, 1967. In his sermon, Dr. King talks about loving and accepting yourself. He remarked how so many people were trying to be something they were not, how too many Black people were ashamed to be who they were. I find it heartbreaking to know that some people don't love themselves just because of the color of their skin. I find it even more troubling to know that some people don't love others just because of the difference of their skin color. Oftentimes, people think the color of their skin can hold them back from being the best. Dr. King expresses how it shouldn't matter what the color of your skin is or where you come from in life. You can be successful at whatever you do. Believe it or not, I have a Haitian grandmother. She is a mix of African, Native American, and French. She came to the United States when she was just 18 and has worked hard ever since. This excerpt makes me think of her, and that is why I would like to share it with you today. After accepting ourselves and our tools, we must discover what we are called to do. And once we discover it, we should set out to do it with all the strength and all the power that we have in our systems. And after we've discovered what God called us to do, after we've discovered our life's work, we should set out to do that work so well that the living, the dead, or the unborn couldn't do it any better. Now, this does not mean that everybody will do the so-called big, recognized things of life. Very few people will rise to the heights of genius in the arts and the sciences. Most of us will have to be content to work in the fields and in the factories and on the streets. But we must see the dignity of all labor. When I was in Montgomery, Alabama, I went to a shoe shop quite often, known as the Gordon Shoe Shop. And there was a fellow in there that used to shine my shoes. And it was just an experience to witness this fellow shining my shoes. He would get that rag, and he could bring music out of it. And I said to myself, this fellow has a PhD in shoe shining. What I am saying to you this morning, my friends, even if it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, go on out and sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Handel and Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper who swept his job well. If you can't be a pine on the top of a hill, be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub on the side of a hill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best at whatever you are. Thank you.